Hi, I'm Angie. I want to welcome you to National Indoor RV Centers, where we specialize in the sales, storage, service, and detailing of only high-end new and used coaches. So basically, we do it all. Hi, I'm Angie with National Indoor RV Centers, and today I'm super excited to show you the 2023 Winnebago Forza. Now this is one of the best price diesels in its class, so you've got to come and check this out. Come to National Indoor RV Centers. We're happy to show you all the coaches that we've got. We're happy to take you on a test drive. At National Indoor RV Centers, we really want to make the buying process easy. Now, one of the things, if you're watching this video, you are doing your research, which is great. If you want to skip ahead in the video, if you've seen the outside, if you want to go to the beginning, you can just go to the bottom of your display and hit the little arrow down, and it will break down my video into chapters. So you can go to that specific thing, or if you watch the whole video, which is what you should do, then if there's something that you want to go back and show your spouse, that specific area, easy to find that way. All right, so let's go from top to bottom and talk about this front cap of the Forza. So the very top of the roof there, you can see the antenna for the radio. And then we've got our marker lights along the front. Then we've got that gorgeous big windshield. So that is where your trip begins. That's one of the things that customers say to me. Once they've bought a Class A diesel, they tell me their only regret is that they didn't do it sooner. That windshield's going to allow you to see this beautiful country. Now, one of the cool things that Winnebago does is they use a steel structure that's reinforced to the chassis, and then the windshield is mounted into that superstructure just like it is automotively. The windshield wipers are mounted into that superstructure. The firewall is all steel, so lots of strength right built into the front of this cap. Also, with that superstructure, you have smaller A-pillars. You'll notice that when we're doing the test drive later in the video, that it gives me more visibility, the co-captain more visibility, so that's also really nice. You'll notice the beautiful LED headlights with the LED strip lighting that just makes this coach look nice and beautiful. It just gives that little extra pop and detail. I love the front cap of the Forza. I think it's really beautiful. Right to the side, we have our marker light for the driver's side, and then we'll have the same on the passenger side. Here are your exterior mirrors. These are your lifesaver. When you're driving a Class A diesel, most important that you adjust those mirrors and get them just right, because that's really, when I'm doing the test drive, you'll see too, I always use my mirrors. Even if I've got cameras or whatever, I always look at those mirrors. You totally have time to adjust if you're not going too fast. If you see that your rear tire is going to hit the curb, slow down, stop, adjust, and then you're going to miss it. So if you're taking your time, you're not going to have any trouble, and these mirrors are going to save you. So we've got the mirrors, they are internally controlled, and they have the defrost on them. Now the top 2/3 is internally controlled. The bottom part you have to manually adjust. So you have your co-pilot helping you do that before your trip. Then right to the side, we've got the camera. This is really nice. When you turn on your blinkers, you're going to have a view or a shot down the full length of the passenger side of the coach, and then the driver's side of the coach when you put on your left blinker, so you can safely navigate those turns. Wanted to point out the beautiful full body paint on the Forza. This is the Moonlight exterior. You also have 2 other exterior paint colors to choose from. Also notice the dual pane tinted frameless windows. So I want to talk about the door here a little bit. I know that sounds silly, but we have a 31-inch door, and cut out by the CNC router when it goes to Winnebago, and then they reinforce it with steel. So literally, I can take this door. If I was stronger, I mean, you could hang on it. It's really strong and sturdy, which is very nice because, you know, you're going in and out that all the time. And then we've got the screen door, and I'm going to talk about this too, because one of the things that Winnebago does is they manufacture probably 75% of everything in this motorhome. So they're not just a parts assembler. That means they can customize things for particular floor plans, your holding tanks, rather than just giving you the standard size that the supplier supplies. They can customize it to the floor plan so that they can give you bigger tanks or smaller tanks or maybe 2 tanks. It's really nice. They also have an aluminum extruding machine. So they extrude their own aluminum. They make these nice strong doors. They e-coat everything. So e-coated, it's not going to rust, and literally I could hang on this door too. Now that's unusual because most screen doors are pretty flimsy and you just wonder how many times they're going to open and shut before they fall apart, but not this. Super strong. Now if you want to learn more about Winnebago and the things that they manufacture, I have a whole Winnebago factory tour. So again, if you're doing your research, that's definitely one of those things you want to check out and just get some more information on. Just above the door, we've got the powered front entry awning, and then we've got the awning for the exterior part of the passenger side of the coach. The controls for that are just inside the door here. So I'm going to go ahead and extend this awning out. This is great if it's raining, you know, gives you a little shade too in the front part of your coach. And then I will extend the patio awning out. Nice and smooth and quiet. This is a carefree awning. And it does have a wind sensor on it. Again, I never leave my coach with the awnings out. If I'm gonna leave, bring the awnings in. Even with those sensors, you wanna be able to be around if a big gust of wind comes along. Now that I've got it fully extended, I can go ahead and turn on my lights. And if I want, I can even direct those lights a little bit if I just bring the awning in a little bit. And I can also turn on the LED lighting strip on the entry door awning. So that's nice too. Gives a nice ambiance at night. Now that we've got the awnings all out, let's go ahead and get the TV exterior entertainment center out. Now you can see that all these compartments are locked and you've got the one key system. So this is specific to your coach and one key will unlock all your compartments. So that's a huge deal. It's for me anyway. So we've got our nice 32-inch Samsung TV here. And the nice thing about this is you've got a strap here, just pull to release it, and then you can pull your TV out and swivel it so that you can direct it towards your guests and away from the sun. Other nice thing is the TV mount is another thing that Winnebago makes. So it's nice and strong. This isn't going to bounce around, and you'll see when I push it back in, it goes in nice and tight. They've loomed all the wiring so it looks nice, and then just inside here we have the satellite receiver connection and one 110 outlet. So now I'm all finished. I'm going to push it in, and did you hear it click in? It's going to click in. It's going to be nice and secure. I'm not going to worry about it. Then I'm just going to shut it, take my one key, and just lock it up. Nice and easy. The Forza comes standard with the 255 Michelin tires all the way around, so they give you a nice tire, and then you've got the aluminum wheels. Another thing that you need to have on your coach is Retroband. It's your spare within your tire. I have a full video on it where we blow a tire on a brand new coach at 70 miles per hour, and I'll let you go see for yourself the results, but definitely will give you peace of mind that you can travel throughout the country in safety with your family. Here's our fuel fill. This is a dual fuel fill, so you can fill up on the passenger side of the coach and the driver's side of the coach. So you can do them both at once and fill it up really quickly. This is a 90-gallon diesel fuel tank. Right below the fuel fill is the pet tether or D-ring. So this is great if you want to tether your pet to it while you're in the campground enjoying the beautiful air. You know, most campgrounds are going to require you to keep your pet on a leash. So this is nice. You can also tether valuables to it. So say you've got bikes or kayaks or something that you want to protect when you're away from your coach. This is a great place to do that. Now to the first storage compartment. You are going to be amazed at the amount of storage that you get in this Forza. So this is, by the way, this is the 36H that we're doing the floor plan on today, just so you know as we go through the exterior that that's what we're working on. This is huge. I mean, I've got my handy dandy tape measure here. So the opening is about 28 inches. And then this is a pass-through up at the top. So you're going to be able to pass things all the way through. As you can see, my tape measure goes all the way through to the back door. So that's really nice to have that big space. Notice the light in the compartment. Now you can turn this on, and then there's a switch just inside the door so that you can turn all the compartment lights on and off of that switch. So I typically would just leave them on and then use the switch at the front door. 2 110 outlets, and then if we want to plug something in out there, we can use this port, thread the cord through here, and then shed it so that just maybe the extension cord is coming through. That way we're not going to have critters in our coach. Onto the next compartment. Again, another huge compartment here. So same, I'm guessing, yep, you know, same opening, 28-inch opening. And then we've got pass-through. Now we do have the chassis rail that's in between. So you've got pass-through, 10 inches there, and you've also got probably about the same 10 inches on top. So quite a bit of space here. And then we have another big compartment here. So this is pass-through as well, same height and everything. And we've got the light inside. So it's really nice. You've got lots of lit area to store all your goods. I also wanted you to note that these doors are aluminum baggage compartment doors, so sturdier than just your typical fiberglass door. And then they go an extra step here to cover the mechanism for the door, so that's going to protect it and keep it working better longer. And then you'll notice that we have a little sticker. That sticker needs to stay there. It's significant. Like I said, Winnebago manufactures so much of this coach. They make these doors. So if something were to happen to this door, you need to take a picture of that label and then send that to Winnebago so they can order you a replacement door. You're also going to have that on your upholstery. You're going to have it on cabinet doors. I'll kind of try to point that out throughout the video. And that's a big deal, especially nowadays where things are hard to source. You have one source to go to. Just send it to Winnebago and they can get it for you. In the next compartment, you can see our freshwater tank. So in the 36H, this is 84 gallon. And then right above it is the gray tank. Gray tank is 44 gallon, and then our black tank is 48 gallon. Kind of interesting, most manufacturers you can't see this, so it's cool that you can see this. This is one of the things, again, that Winnebago manufactures in their rotocast department. So again, they can customize this tank. Typically they're going to put it in the coach where it's going to even out the weight of the coach, so it gives you a better ride. So you can see it here. We've got the tank sensor right there on the front, and then you'll get the reading for that inside the coach. We have our fresh tank drain here, so if you're needing to winterize your coach, this is where you would drain that tank. And you've got a winterization valve number 2 back here. Now, one of the great things, if you happen to be a storage customer at National Indoor RV Centers, where we store at least 300 coaches at each of our locations, then you don't have to worry about winterizing your coach, unless you're, taking it out and going to Alaska for the winter. But if you're just storing with us, you can keep it in the building, come and use it throughout the winter. Pick it up, drop it off. We have valet service, so all we need is 24 hours advance notice. If you can, give us a call. We'll have the coach pulled out of storage for you. We'll check the tire pressure on your tires, and we'll fill up your fresh water tank, and then you just pull up, hop in, and hit the road. Right here is the water pump, which you can turn on inside the coach and at the wet bay. And then you're going to see this hose here. This is a heated compartment. So again, that's going to help keep your tanks safe from freezing if you take it out when it's super cold. Here is the exhaust for your furnace. And then I want to point out that you get the Forza sits on the Freightliner XCS chassis. With that comes V-Ride. So that's going to give you superior handling, a more consistent ride, and more stability. Another storage compartment here. And we've got the light. Now if you look right up above here, this is our inverter, and this is our inverter charger battery disconnect switch. So again, if you're not one of our storage customers at National Indoor RV Centers, where we keep you plugged into 50 amp service at all times and you're storing your coach, you want to make sure you turn that off so you don't have any parasitic draw to your coach. Here's the last marker light for the passenger side of the coach. And then inside our last compartment, we have our 4 Group 31 RV Marine batteries. And then just below that, we've got the diesel particulate filter right here. So that's going to basically act like a big filter for your engine exhaust. It will gather all that soot and then burn it off occasionally. As I come around the back side, I just want to point out again that the Forza sits on the Freightliner XCS chassis with 340 horsepower Cummins diesel engine. And we have a tow hitch here. The tow hitch is rated up to 10,000 pounds. So what does that mean? That means that you're going to be able to easily tow your 4,400 pound Jeep or your toys or a car. You're not going to have a problem. Now, if you want to know more about towing packages and what you need to know about if you are going to have a towed, make sure you go and watch my Towing 101 video. National Indoor RV Centers installs more towing packages than any other dealer in the country. And right above the hitch is the 7-way for your lights for your towing vehicle. Up top, you'll see the marker lights. Then right in the center of that rear cap, you're going to see a camera. That's your rear view camera. That's going to be great when you're backing into your parking space, very helpful. Then you see the high brake lights, they're really nice. The beautiful graphics that we have, or the paint that we have on the Forza. And then we come down to our engine compartment. So I've already unlocked that, so we'll just talk about what's in here. So we've got our power steering fluid fill here, and our coolant fill, engine oil dipstick, Deutsch plug. This is for our technicians at National Indoor RV Centers to run diagnostics on your coach. And then we've got the engine oil fill, transmission oil fill, and our engine air minder. So when this gets up to the red line there, it's time to change your air filter for your engine. You need to do that at least once a year. And then we've got the radiator for the Forza. Right down here, you'll see the engine air cleaner. So what happens is if you look at the very top corner, there's kind of a vented area. So that's gonna pull in the ambient air from outside, bring it in to the air cleaner, and then it will clean it and put it into the engine. As I come around the driver's side of the coach, we'll see our first marker light for the driver's side. Inside this compartment, we've got our chassis batteries here, and then we've got our fuses for the back half of the coach behind this, or in this box. And then we have the resettable fuses. I can come back here and visibly see if something's been tripped. So it will just pop out, and all you have to do to reset it is just push it back in. Here is the DEF fill. DEF is your diesel exhaust fluid. We have a gauge right here on the tank, which is really nice, so you can see how full it is. One of the things to remember is it does have a shelf life of about a year. It doesn't like heat or sunlight. And you want to make sure you maintain good DEF, or it can throw some bad engine codes. Then right in this compartment, we've got our 50 amp shore power cord. What's nice about this is that we can just thread this through. They've got a little hole here so that you can thread that through and then still shut your door so that you can keep critters out. It's lit. You've got your satellite connection and your cable connection here. Here's the Surge Guard transfer switch. A lot of people aren't sure what that does. So basically it acts as a traffic cop for your power source. So you have a power source, your 50 amp shore power, and then your generator power. So basically it transfers the power between. So if you're plugged into 50 amp, then it transfers the power through that. Now it will always give priority to the generator. So let me give you a good example. Let's say that you're plugged in at a park, in the middle of the night, huge rainstorm, and the breaker is tripped, and you've got to go reset the breaker. Well, you don't want to get out of bed, get dressed, and go out in the rain, so you're just going to go over and hit your generator on. So now your generator, the power is now going to be transferred to the generator, and your generator will run everything inside. Even the next morning, say that you go out and you flip the breaker, it's still going to run off generator until you turn off the generator. Now, in case there's a surge and the transfer switch goes out, it's going to get locked in one position. position. So it's either, it won't transfer the power anymore. So it's either gonna give the power to the shore power or to the generator, but won't go back and forth. So a lot of times people will give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers and they'll say they're plugged into 50 amp service, but nothing's working. They can turn on their generator and it will run the coach, but they're getting nothing from their 50 amp. And that's because they fried their transfer switch. So to protect yourself from doing that, you want to have a secondary surge protector. So at National Indoor RV Centers, we can install one, hardwire one into this compartment. That's what I like, just because if you put one at the end of your 50 amp shore power cord, that works great too. There's just a chance that it could be stolen. So I go with the one that I can shut away and put, lock away in my compartments. Right here is the vent for the dryer. And then you're probably wondering what this is. It's another locked compartment. So this is actually a service area to the back of the refrigerator. So that's kind of nice to have that little access if you ever need it. Just below that, we've got our wet bay compartment. Here's a water filter for the whole coach. And then we've got the T-bar for the black waste tank drain and the T-bar for the gray waste tank drain. And then this is where we're gonna hook up our stinky slinky here, and we can thread that through this compartment right there. We've got the shower, so this is nice if you've been at the beach or if you've been hiking, so that you can wash off before you go into your coach. You've got the cold and the hot water. Turn on your water pump from right here. Black waste tank flush inlet. Here is the freshwater inlet, so this is where you're gonna connect your hose and then run it through here, so you can secure your compartment. Now this is how you're going to fill your tank. So when you're filling it, you're going to have it this direction on tank fill. Once the tank is full, you're going to turn it to normal. So even if you're connected to city water, you'll still turn it to normal. If you're dry camping, you'll still turn it to normal once your tank is full. Now some people don't like to fill their tank until they get to the campground. I'm not that type of girl. I like to have a full tank. You only have to have a leak in your heater hose one time and not have water to fill your radiator with, and you will probably do the same thing that I do. So I like to have a full tank of water when I travel. Some people don't like to carry that extra weight, but I like to carry it just in case of an emergency. Here's the marker light for the midship of the Forza. And then right next to it, we've got the Truma AquaGo. This is gonna be your water heater for the coach, and it's continuous hot water. So this has 60,000 BTUs. So you can take a really long shower. You don't need to worry about that. You're gonna have to worry more about filling up your gray tank than having a cold shower. So this is really easy to use. The only question, or the question I get the most often, is they'll say that they can't get it to turn on. That's because you've got to make sure it's on outside, and you can push it up or down, and the center is off. You can also winterize really easily from here. We can do it at National Indoor RV Centers for you, or you can read the instructions and do it on your own, but you'll release this to release the pressure on the water. Just go to your owner's manual if you need more detail on that, if you don't want to have us do it for you. All right, so now I want to show you all the storage on the driver's side. I'm just going to open up all these doors at once so you can see how much storage you have. And you can see the pass-through over the top of the chassis rail and below the chassis rail. Just a lot of storage in this Forza. Here is the LP tank. It is 97 pounds for the Forza. Now there is no quick connect, but we can easily do that for you at National Indoor RV Centers. One of our technicians can give you a quick connect and you can fire up your outside grill. Check out all the storage, pass-through storage above. And then we have a little storage compartment here, which is really nice. Here is our diesel fuel fill for the driver's side of the coach. Again, that's a 90-gallon diesel fuel tank. And then we've got this exhaust here. That's going to be for our generator, which I'll show you here shortly. Right inside here, we have the resettable fuses. So that's nice and easy. Again, if you see that they're popped, all you have to do is push them in to reset. And then here is the lever to pull so that we can get to our front generator. And a nice little storage compartment here. I love that you've got these little compartments because I know I'll find something that will fit perfectly here. And right inside here are fuses for the front half of your coach. So I release the front hood here and it just pulls right down so we can get into the generator compartment. So right down here we've got our wussy horn, and then behind it we have the air horns. When you're driving something this big, I always want to make sure I've got the air horns on. This is our 6,000 watt Awning generator. This is where we would service it with coolant and our oil fill. You also have the breaker here. If you were to trip that breaker, this is where you would need to reset it, and you have your generator hours right there. Right in front, we've got our windshield wiper fluid, and then just above this, you're probably wondering what that is. Hopefully you'll never need it. This is to put air in your system. You have to put air in the system to release your air brakes. You only need to do that if you're going to be towed, so the tow truck would know that. Personally, I don't ever want to be towed in one of these. I want to always be on a low boy, so hopefully you never need that. Here's our dash AC unit. You may be wondering what these two, the blue and the red little knobs are here. This is for when you bring your coach into National Indoor RV Centers for your annual service of your AC unit. We're going to take out your Freon from this port here. We'll reclaim it and then put it back in through this port here, and then add to it as needed, which is commonly referred to as recharging the system. It's illegal to dispose of Freon. You can only recycle or reclaim it. Over on this side, if you look down through here, we've got the reservoir for the hydraulic fluid for your jacks. All right, so now that we've talked about everything outside, let's go check out the inside. Now, one of the first things, as I go to step in the motorhome, I want to talk a little bit about these steps. So you notice they came out when I opened the door. I always like to have my steps off all the time, whether I'm filling up at the fuel station, going to Walmart, in the campground. I just leave them off all the time. That way they're going to stay out, and I'm not going to needlessly burn up that electric motor on the steps. And when I get into the driver's seat, start the coach, put it into drive, they're going to automatically come in. As I come into the Forza, a few things to note. Great grab bars on both sides, so you're going to safely get in and out of your coach. So important. Then right here to my left, I've got the fire extinguisher. Make sure you go and watch my Protang fire suppression system video. It's a great product. We can totally customize it to your coach. You can do it throughout the coach, or you can do specific areas like the generator compartment, the breaker box. But give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers and we can give you a customized quote today. And remember, at National, we only sell products that we truly believe in. So Retrobrand, Protang, we just want to have things that will protect you and keep you in the RVing lifestyle longer. So fire extinguisher, easy to get to from outside the coach or right inside the door. And then we've got a whole panel of controls here. Now, one of the cool things is that this top panel and snaps. So I can sit in my theater seats or my captain's chair, and I can turn the galley lights on and off. Now, anytime you see those arrows, that means that the light is a dimmable light. Lounge lights, compartment lights, these are for your baggage compartments. So again, if you keep it on here, then they'll all turn on, and if you have the button on in the compartment light, or you can turn them all off there. Your hall lights, the awning light, which is your patio awning, and then your porch light, which is your front door awning light. Light master on and light master off. Probably two of my favorite buttons, just because when I'm leaving the coach, I don't want to go back and double check to make sure I turn off the bathroom light. I can just hit the master off and they're all off. And then this is great when you're coming in your coach at night and it's dark, you can just hit that and the lights come on. You can light up, and then this just snaps right back on the panel here, and it just snaps right back into place. Okay, this is really cool because right here at the door, I can level the coach. It's also at the by the captain's chair, but you can do it right here. You can put your patio in and out. Then you have your awning power button. You must have this on so that they'll go in and out. And then you've got your patio awning in and out, and your door awning in and out. Just below that, we've got the disconnect for our chassis batteries and the disconnect for our coach batteries. And then this with the red button is the power for your entrance door steps. Again, I just keep these in the off position because they'll automatically come in when you start the coach. As I step up into the cockpit area here, lots to talk about. We've got nice storage over here to the side. You're also going to see the controls for your slide out rooms. So out and in for each slide rooms. Now to make those operate, you have to have the coach on park brake set for your slides to work. Just down from the slide room controls, we have a hook, great for a coat, jacket, or ball cap. We have a nice storage compartment here. Our Wi-Fi extender is right here, and we have one extra 110 outlet. Now this area is going to have dual purpose. So storage here above the co-captain's chair, but believe it or not, this is a bunk right here. So when I bring this bunk down, now this can be storage for the bunk area as well. Right across we have the same thing, the light for the bunk area, and then storage. So that's nice that they have those options. Then this is probably one of my favorite features. Remember the old school bus driver? How he had that mirror and he could see what you were doing in the back? Well, this is the same thing for the Forza. So while I'm driving, I'm able to view my occupants that are coming along with me, probably my family members, grandkids, kids, so you can kind of see what's going on in the coach while you're driving easily. Welcome to the beautiful living room of the 36H. I love this living room just because it's great for entertaining. You've got your big 50-inch Samsung TV here. You've got theater seating right across. Great booth, which is very comfortable to watch TV from. And then I've turned around the captain and co-captain's chairs. So you can see you can easily entertain here. There's so many other features that I get to show you for entertaining that are nice. But right now, first I want to just show you how cool this captain's chair is. First of all, these chairs are super comfortable. We have the ultra leather fabric. Again, these are fabricated by Winnebago, very comfortable. I just love that. And then this is really cool because if I want to be working away, I can put my laptop up here, or I can set it right there. So again, this seconds is like, you know, you can have dinner here as well. And your co-captain has a table as well that I'll show you in just a minute. But I really like this feature here. Got a cup holder right behind here. You can use that while you're driving, or you can use that while you're in the living room setting as well. Just push that away, so easy. Let me jump over here to the co-captain's chair. Now this is really nice too, if I want to use this as my living room. This just scoots out. I love the way this extra table works. So really doesn't get in your way. So we can have a table here, have my iPad up here, put my food here. I also love this because we've got a little magazine rack, 2 110 outlets, 2 USB charging ports, plus you've got this spot for a drink holder. So when these chairs become part of the living room, they work nicely. And we have the footrest. So footrest while you're going down the road, footrest while you're in the living room. Really nice for viewing and enjoying and being comfortable in the living room while you're watching TV. And then when you're done, just fold that away, and it literally just sits right next to the chair, so it doesn't get in anyone's way. They can easily get in and out of the coach with the chairs rotated. So the next reason I love this floor plan is for the bunk. First of all, you don't even really know it's there. I pointed it out earlier, but would you have noticed that it was there if I hadn't pointed that out? I didn't notice immediately when I came in, so I love that. And then look, we're gonna have our chairs turned around, part of the living room. I can still bring the bunk down. Now you do have to have a key in the system and turned. The park brake must be set and the ignition has to be on. So you can just turn it to accessory mode. So accessory mode, and then you're gonna go ahead and take that bunk down. Listen how quiet it is. So quiet. And then we can turn on the light for that area. Just a little toggle switch there. But how great is that? Look at the amount of space there. It's a nice big bed. You've got the cargo nets in the back for storage. We've got the extra 110 outlet over on this side in the storage. We also have a vent here, so we're gonna get nice AC and heat if we need it. And then you're probably wondering how you get up there. Well, right underneath the cushion, and you can see that you can store this here, is your ladder. Okay. So the ladder is nice and light. You can just push that cushion back down in there. It's nice that it actually has a place to stow away during travel when you're not using the bed. And then you just hook the ladder in here. Now this ladder will support up to 250 pounds. The bed will support up to 500 pounds. So that's 2 good-sized adults. So notice the beautiful interior. This is the tapestry interior, and I also love this floor. It's a high-grade laminate floor, and if I scratch this one tile here, I can actually, it can be cut out and we can replace just that one tile. So that's pretty cool. Now over here, we've got the theater seating. We've optioned that in. You can also get a sofa, although I'd say that this is probably much more popular. And I'll sit and demonstrate those in just a second. Let's check out the storage. Nice storage above with no divider in there, so a lot of space. And then right underneath the storage, we've got our LED lights, and we have another control panel. Again, you could do that, control it by sitting down, but we can also just pop it off. And then we've got the galley lights, the TV overhead lights, dinette lights, and the sofa lights. So when you're done, you want to make sure you put the top at the top, and you can see where the little connectors are. Just line that up and pops right back into place. Also check out the nice windows. I've got them open, got a cross breeze going, so they're kind of cool. You just pop that little lever out, and then you can easily open and close the windows. Now I like these windows because there's nothing that I love more than a rainstorm and that smell when the rain hits the grass, and it smells so good. So you can have these windows open during a rainstorm because they're just on an angle. So no rain's gonna come in unless you have a really violent storm. So easy, and then just pop that little lever back in. We've got the daytime shades and the MCD nighttime blackout shades, so it was super easy. But right now, it's a gorgeous day. I want to have every window open and look outside. While I'm here, I don't know if this is really designated storage, but I'm going to call it storage because right behind this chair, I could put blankets. I'm always cold. My husband's always warm, so I have a blanket with me at all times. I'm just going to stick one back there, and then I can tuck it away when we're not using it. Another actual, storage spot is right here between the chairs, so that's nice and deep. We've also got some little storage pockets here that just Velcro on and off. These are great for the remotes, and you can tuck those away so they're not sitting out. And then we have 4 USB charging ports, 2 for each seat. And we've got the cup holders. Also, we've got a little holder here for a little tabletop. Just inserts into here, and then it rotates around. So again, we've got the table, the chair, the little extra like TV trays, I'm gonna call them, for the captain, co-captain. Now we have them for the theater seats, and then the theater seats recline, and then you can just push back so you can get more of a full recline. Now to bring them back in, I see so many chairs that get broken at RV shows because people try to force the chair back. All you have to do is take your feet and just kind of tuck it and push it back in, and it will lock into place. So I'm really excited to show you all the storage on this side of the living room. So let's go with our top storage. So much space, no divider between those doors, so it really gives you lots of options. And the hinges are nice and strong. They're not going to be rattling when you go down the road. We've got our shades, the day and night shade, as well as our big 50-inch Samsung TV with sound bar, and this rotates. So this is one of the cool features. So there's a little pull tab back here. Just pull that tab, you release it. Now you can bring the TV out. So if it's just the two of you and you want to sit in the captain and co-captain's chairs, go ahead and just direct the TV that way. Or if you want just for the theater seating, or basically you're watching the Super Bowl and you've got the whole coach full, you'll probably just push it back right into its space. But if you're at the dinette, or if you're at the kitchen prepping dinner, then you may want to turn it this way. Now, check out the back. So this is another one of those things that Winnebago makes. Look how nicely loomed, all the wiring is tucked away. Then we've got a nice, strong, firm TV mount, and that TV is going to stay in place. And then watch, you'll hear it click in when I push it back into its spot here. Let me just get it lined up right. Okay, so now I'm just going to go straight back, click in, and that TV is not going to move. It's nice and strong. Then we have this beautiful buffet. So I love the fireplace option. First of all, it is the quickest way to warm up your coach, hands down. You walk in, you turn on these fireplace, and it warms up right away. You can set the temperature, you can also set the flame color, you can also put it on a timer. So if you want it to run a certain amount of time, you can do that. Love that option. It really cozies up the coach, and it doesn't take away space because look, hidden compartment. So that fireplace comes down, look at all the space you have with an adjustable shelf, and then you have your subwoofer there in the center. But I love that you have access to that storage. Can't tell you how many of my customers that have asked for a compartment behind the fireplace because they know it's only that deep and they're wasting all that space. Winnebago just gave it to you. Plus we've got the little tray here. I love that, and it's kind of a secret space too. So if you want to put something, it's almost like another safe. You could put some valuables back there because most people aren't going to suspect that it's there, and there's really no handle on the front that gives it away. So that's really cool. Then you've got the eye here for your remote for your TV, and pull-out drawer. Down here in this compartment, this would be your AV compartment. If you wanted to add a Blu-ray DVD player, you could do that here. You also have an HDMI input here. And then in the back, you've got 2 additional 110 outlets and your cable connections. Right next to the buffet cabinet, we've got a little storage space here. I just love they've given us so much space, and I love, you know, this really is an entertaining coach because you could have food lined up here, food in the kitchen, on the buffet. You really could have a great Super Bowl party in this coach. Now, right below the storage space here, we've got the RV propane detector or alarm. So safety feature there. Right by the bunks, we've got the smoke alarm. In the master bedroom, we have the carbon monoxide alarm. Along with your fire extinguisher, those are 4 different safety features right inside the coach. Just above the storage compartment, we have the thermistor for the living room area of the coach. That's going to speak to the thermostat to help keep the temperature nice and comfortable inside the coach. All right, so now to the kitchen. Again, I love that they've given us a little extra space. We just flip that extra counter tops right up. This is Corian, so really nice and beautiful, very residential. Then to take that down, you can fill the levers. You don't even have to look under, push them in and flip it down. Probably one of my favorite extendable countertops because it's so easy and it works so well. We've got the little protective strip here to keep from anything spilling over into your living room. We've got the nice sink covers for our double bowl stainless steel sink. And another bonus is that we have a place to store those when we're not using them. Now I like the sink covers because I can have dishes in one side of the sink. I can kind of cover those up. Or if I'm not going to use them, I'm going to store them right there so they're away from everything. And I've got a great tall storage space here for a large garbage can. I always like that storage there. Adjustable shelves. This would be a great place for spices. Love that. And then we've got, now this really isn't a cabinet door, but I just wanted to show you where your winterization valve 1 and valve 3 were located. So if you're going to winterize your coach, you'll need to know what those are. So back to our double stainless steel sink and our residential faucet. I do love, this has a sprayer on it, which is really important when you have this square sink. I have a big square sink at home to get into those corners. That's super important. And then you've got all this counter space. Above the counter space, we've got two 110 outlets. We've got our blackout shade for the kitchen window, nice LED lighting, two more 110 outlets so we can have the coffee pot here, the blender there, and then we've got our gas cooktop stove, and that just folds back nicely. Kind of gives you a barrier to the back too, so that if you have any splatter, grease splatter, you can just wash that off, which I enjoy. Then above that, we've got our convection microwave oven. So I like that. Again, they've given us two ways to open this. So this is what comes standard. Winnebago's added this little lever here. Nice big convection microwave oven, and more storage, adjustable shelves here. This is where your microwave, convection microwave oven plugs in. More storage, adjustable shelf, and of course we've got our Winnebago Bible with all of our manuals. Now below the cooktop, we've got nice big drawers. Love that. And nice big deep drawer there. This is going to be great for pots and pans. Now to the Whirlpool freezer refrigerator combo. Residential, you'll notice that you've got a lock there so that these don't come open during travel. I recommend that everyone have a pre-trip checklist. I've got one. If you'd like a copy, just email me at Angie@nirvc.com. I also do a whole RVing 101 series where I do a full trip from my preparation for the trip, going on the trip, getting to the campground, setting up, next day breaking down camp. You can see it all. I have some customers that are featured on the in the RVing 101 that show how they get the maximum use out of their storage compartments. So lots of great helpful hints, so go and check that out. One of those things on my checklist is making sure that is locked. So nice big fridge and freezer with an ice maker. Woo, that feels really good today. It's nice and cool in there. Right behind the refrigerator, we've got more adjustable shelves. This is a great pantry area here. Adjustable shelves top and bottom. So directly across from the kitchen, we have our booth dinette. Now, a couple things to note on this dinette. First of all, I'm going to lift it up here so you can see, but you've got mattress springs in there. Again, this is another item that Winnebago makes at their Stitchcraft facility. I covered that in the factory tour video, but this is not only comfortable, you've got a higher back than most booth dinettes that you'll see. So that's going to help add to the comfort. And then one of the biggest complaints I get from my customers is that they're nice, you know, expensive Class A diesel booth seats. They're sliding down the front. This is firm but comfortable, and I can tell you right now, this isn't going to slide. So this is going to last years and years and years. So I love that we have this big window right here so I can enjoy this beautiful, gorgeous day. I have a window right behind me here for cross breeze, so that's nice. And then right down here, I've got two 110 outlets. We have two seat belts in the forward-facing booth, one seat belt in the rear-facing booth, seat belt, seat belt, seat belt up front. So you have 7 seat belts, sleep 6 people comfortably. Actually, you could maybe even throw a couple people in those recliners because that's where I'd sleep. But let me show you how this becomes a bed. So you just want to lift up each side. Check out the storage in there. Nice storage, and you see that you have a child car seat tether in there. And look at the storage on that side. Now I'm just going to push the dinette down. There's our base. Fold those in. Now you're going to take the inserts here. Put that there, insert here, and you can tuck those seat belts away too so that they're not going to interfere with the sleeping. And then I just kind of push them down together. So easy, great sleeping spot for, you know, it'd be a little tight for 2 adults, a couple kids, no problem. So really easy. And we have 2 great storage compartments above the booth. Again, no divider there, so you can get in extra items. Notice the decorative leather insets with the nice stitching, the furnace outlets, and then as we come around the corner, we've got 2 110 outlets, another furnace outlet or vent, and then up here, we've got a little storage spot. So here's our Vega Touch control screen. Pretty much you can do everything from here. And the cool thing about this, you can go into your settings, and then you can go to your mobile app, and you can pair this with your phone, put this app on your phone, and you're gonna be able to do pretty much all the functions you can do at this panel from your phone. So on our home screen, we can see our tank levels, fresh, gray, black, and LP. So now it's letting us know that it's shedding the load because we're not plugged in. This is our temperature inside the coach, which is 80 degrees. And this is where we could turn on our fan if we wanted to. This is where we can turn the water pump on, our master light on and off, our generator start and stop. It's going to show us what power we're pulling into the coach, which we are not plugged in right now. We don't have the generator on, so nothing. And this is just giving us the status of our electric system. So now let's go get some more detailed information. So here is the power information page, so we can monitor our battery status, our inverter status. We can also go to AC power. Here we can start and stop the generator. We can turn on the block heater. We can also do our auto gen start settings. So our quiet time, our end time, and then we can, at what voltage we want that auto gen to kick in. So if it drops below 12.5, how long we want it to run, etc. Then we've got our light page, so we've got our master lights on and off, porch lights, awning, driver's side, compartment, loft, and passenger side map light. Then you can go to your main lights. Again, all the interior lights here, and you can see if they've got those arrows, you can dim those lights, and your rear lights will be for your bedroom and your bathroom lights. This is for your slide operation, and it's required that the ignition is on and the park brake be set to go there. Now here's your temperature control. So your front AC, you can turn that on or off, and then you can go to your rear. So you've got your cool, your heat pump, your fan speed, and then your auto. So you set the temperature here, up or down. Same thing with the front. And then we've got our fan. So we've got the fan in the galley and the fan in the bathroom. We can turn it on and off from here. Your settings page will let you adjust the screen brightness. You can kind of customize if you want Fahrenheit or Celsius, and you can do the mobile app. You can also do the cleaning mode, which will allow you to clean off this screen without touching any buttons. So it kind of goes to a black mode for 15 seconds and then it will come back on. Here's your Truma AquaGo for continuous hot water. So you really just want to look at the buttons that go up. So if we go up, we're turning our water heater on, and that's in regular mode, or we can go to eco mode. And then you go back. Now if you go down 1 notch, that's for winterizing your system. Again, one of our technicians at National Indoor RV Centers would be happy to winterize your coach for you. And you don't want to go to the clean button unless you really mean to, because the clean button cycles the whole system. Next up is the midship bathroom. So come inside here, lots of storage inside this bathroom. So we have medicine cabinet with adjustable shelves. I always love that. Storage above, more storage. Couple other things I love, towel bars, we can hang our towels, our Flying W little towel hook there, and we have this nice counter space with a stainless steel sink. We have another one of our panels that I can take off and show you, bathroom ceiling, water pump on and off, and then we can take the fan up and down right there. And then we just snap that back in place. Now we have more storage below. And nice size drawer. Toilet paper holder, 2 110 outlets, magazine rack there, pedal control toilet with the little sprayer. The sprayer is great if you need to add extra water to the toilet bowl or if you just want to spray it out. Then we have the shower. So really nice and roomy shower, and we've got the lock on it here so you can make sure doors aren't opening while you're in travel mode. I also love that we've got the skylight here, so that gives us a little extra height if you've got people in your family that are tall or guests that are tall. And then we have the oxygenic shower head. So this is really nice. It's going to help you conserve water. You can turn on the water and then you can turn it on and off right here. So you can lather up and then rinse off. Really nice. And I also love that we've got the little seat here so you sit down to shave our legs, place for our shampoo. Very nice shower. Right across from the bathroom we have the optional washer dryer. So that's really nice. Whirlpool. Nice feature to have. Now if you come into your coach and there's an awful smell and you're thinking something's wrong with the black tank, a lot of time it's the P-trap for the washing machine. The water's dried up in there, and so you're getting some of those gases through. All you need to do is grab a gallon of water, put it in the washing machine, go through a rinse cycle, and that smell is going to be gone. So as we come into the master bedroom, look at this nice king size bed. So this is a new bed for 2023. It's the Inomax Eurotop Freedom Air Mattress with controllers. So nice pillow top mattress. And then we've got controllers. So this is Winnebago's version of the Sleep Number bed. So each sleeper can put the right firmness or softness to their mattress. This is really nice feature. We've got our little Winnebago decorative throw here. We've got windows so we can get that nice cross breeze. And we have the day and night shades for blackout. Lights up below, and then we have another control panel. So we can control the ceiling lights, the hall lights, the left overhead, the right overhead, so your reading lights essentially. We can start and stop the generator, and we have our master light on and master light off. Those are really nice controls to have at your fingertips when you're laying in bed. You've got a wireless charger, 2 110 outlets, and 2 USB charging ports on each side of the bed. Also notice that you've got extra space on each side of the bed, so you're actually gonna be able to make your bed and not like rip off your fingers and your rings. It's a big deal to me. And then storage above, you can see there's no divider in between there, so you can have a lot of room there. And then I also like that we've got this soft headboard here, so we can lean our pillows up against there and be super comfortable. These are the controllers for each side of the mattress. Across from the bed we have our thermistor for the bedroom area, and then we have that nice big window so you can lay in bed and look at that beautiful picturesque window we get to look out. And storage, nice amount of storage. Check out those drawers. 2 110 outlets, and then all this space on the dresser. You can put pictures and just a nice little decorative spot. And we're not done. More storage. So another set of 3 drawers. And then just above we've got 2 more 110 outlets, our satellite receiver connection and HDMI input. Then our 40-inch Samsung TV here for the bedroom. Then we have our full-length mirror, which is always nice so you can check out your outfit before you leave. And then our wardrobe. So I like how that opens from both sides. We've got our long wardrobe bar, lighted, and really a ton of space in there. I always like to show the coach with the slides in so you can see your walking path. You have plenty of room here to get into your bathroom, to get into your pantry, refrigerator, and freezer so you can get some little ice cream, Lots of room here in the kitchen, and then tons of room here in front of the theater seating and our TV area. Here we are in the cockpit of the Forza 36H. Absolutely love these chairs, super comfy, and they are powered. So forward and back, front up and down, and back up and down. And then we've got the control here for the backrest. And this lever, when we pull it up, will allow us to spin our chair around. So really nice. Our armrest, just come down, and if you want to adjust the height of the armrest, you just roll that little lever there until you get it just perfectly right. So super comfy. So we have our cup holder here to the left of me. Then we have our auto leveling jacks. So these are super easy to use. You're just going to turn on the power, make sure you have your ignition on, and then you just hit auto level. And then when you get 4 solid red lights, then you know that you're level. And then when you go to leave, you're just going to hit the retract. It will bring the jacks up and you'll be ready to go. Here are the controls for your external mirrors to adjust those and get those just right. We can turn on our generator right here from the driver's seat. This is the night shade, up and down. So that's my windshield night shade. Here's the mirror defrost. Map light, which is right above me here. Battery boost, this is super important. If you get back to your coach and you can't start it, the batteries are dead, you're going to want to take your house batteries and chassis batteries and tie them together so you have enough power to start your coach, and then turn on your generator and start to charge those batteries. So you just hit that on and hold it while you turn the ignition. Air horn on. So this will be your wussy horn, this will be your air horn. Definitely always want that on when you're driving something this big and heavy. Another cup holder. Right below all the buttons, there's a storage space, and there are 2 USB charging ports in there as well. Then we have our auxiliary lights. So this is an optional item. I love this one. You've got to turn it on, and then you have an app on your phone. This will turn on like the boogie lights, or what I like to call them, that are on illuminates the bottom part of your coach, and you can scroll through different colors, and it just is kind of fun. Then your front auxiliary lights are those LED strip lighting on the front cap. Your house radio, so once you get to camp, if you want to take your radio inside the coach outside, you'll just hit this button, and then you can take that sound to your outside speakers in your exterior entertainment center. Here are your running lights, your headlights, and then pull out for your fog lights, your vents for your AC. Here's your parking brake. So you pull to apply and push to release. And then right down here by my foot, I've got the control here for my steering column. So I like to have it kind of in my lap, so I put it down. So here we have our windshield wiper control. Push in for the fluid, and then just turn it on for the different speed. Also, this is going to be our turning signal. And when I do that turn signal, I'm going to get that picture down the full side of the coach. Push forward for brights, and then pull back to just flash my brights. So here's your transmission control. So I'm neutral right now. I just turn it to drive, neutral, reverse, and then this, my engine brake is also on here. So it's off right now. If I want to turn it on, I just pull it down, engine brake on, that easy. You can also manual shift, go into manual mode if you want, and forward is shifting up, pushing it back is shifting down, and then if you want to go back into auto, just push in and hold. Right here is your hazard button. The buttons here will change the information on your screen. So I'm going to go to my home button, and I can scroll through my trip information and get more detailed if I click into it, and then go back. My gauges, again, I can scroll through those and change. So if I click into them when I'm in the center here, then I can scroll through the information and add different gauges to that quick screen right there. Then I can go back, fuel economy, click in, will give you the information, vehicle configuration, so your dash brightness, your Bluetooth, you can Bluetooth into the coach from your phone, your units if you want to go standard or metric, and then go back, go to your diagnostics, internal diagnostics, transmission prognostics, system information, and then you can also just go to this button right here, which will give you your quick gauges. Like I said, you can customize which 3 come up quickly. These buttons right here will control the volume of your phone calls coming in, and then we've got our horn in the center. Answer a phone call, hang up a phone call. This is how you set your cruise control. Hit the cruise control, then your set. This is your resume. This is your mute and your cancel. These are your marker lights. These are basically a courtesy light. They will flash your markers. So say you've passed a trucker, he flashed his lights and let you know it's safe for you to pull in, then you would flash your marker lights 3 times to thank him. Say a trucker is passing you and you want to let him know it's safe, that he's safely passed you and he can pull in, you'll just flash him 1 time. Right here is the ignition switch, and the cool thing, again, this is that 1 key that we used to open all of our baggage compartments. Is the same key that we used to start the ignition. Let's go up to our nice big screen here. This is our 8.9-inch anti-glare screen. So we can go to our home button. We've got our radio, our XM, Bluetooth. We can pair our phone here. We can go to our cameras. Back home, our volume control, mute. Again, this is going to let us go through our radio options, and then seek and find, and our voice commands. So a cool new feature is that we have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto on our dash here. So I just plugged in my phone, plugged in the USB, and now I'm going to select Apple CarPlay. Now I can pull up my navigation. I have Google Maps, I have Waze, whatever I want to use, and all my applicable apps that will work on my phone and RV. So really cool that that's an option for us. So our AC and heat controls here, fan speed, direction of the airflow, defrost and recirculating air, cup holder, storage space, 12-volt receptacle, and 2 USB charging ports. From the passenger seat, I just want to let you know we've got storage in front of me. And then again, here's that handy dandy table that I demoed earlier. Just flips, comes out. So nice. I can have my iPad, my book, my crossword right there. To my right is the step cover control. So I'm just going to hit that out, and my step cover will come out. So no one's going to fall in that stairwell during travel. 2 cup holders, spot for my cell phone, 2 110 outlets, and 2 USB charging ports. And then I've also got the space for magazines right here. And just when you think you've found all the storage, we've got one more little compartment, which I love, with 2 USB charging ports and a 12-volt. All right, so we're finally to the fun part. We get to go on the test drive in the Forza. If you've never driven a Class A diesel before, you don't need to be worried. First of all, take your time. I typically take people to a park, a big park, so they don't have the pressure of other cars around them when they first go out, but you fit in the lane. This is 12 feet tall. The main thing you have to think about is that it's a diesel pusher, so your engine's in the back. Your tires sit back, basically at the back of this chair. So the center of that front axle is your turning point. So you pull the nose out until the center of that front axle is at the turn, and then you start your turn. And I think that's what is most uncomfortable when you start driving for the first time. So again, take your time. Accidents happen when you're in a hurry. You're bigger than everyone else, so go slow, enjoy it, and who cares if they're yelling at you from the car? You are RVing and having a great time. So let's hit the road and start out on our adventure. When I turn on my left turn signal, you can see that I can see down the full left side of my coach. So now I'm going to head out straight. I'm at that edge of that turn. And like I said before, your exterior mirrors are your saving grace. So if I am turning out of somewhere and I feel like I'm going to hit that curb, If I just slow down, I can stop, I can adjust and miss the curb. So when I say take your time, that's when I mean it. And then when you go in a gas station for the first time, you've got to watch for the height of signs. Lots of things to look for, so you just have to take your time and be careful. The other thing that I always tell everyone to do too is you want to hug the left side of the lane that you're driving in. Everything bad happens on the right. Road debris, street signs, you name it. So you hug the left side of the lane that you're driving in. So now that I'm out on the road, I'm going to get up to speed here. Speed limit is 55 miles an hour, so I'm going to go right to 55. I don't like to push the limit when I'm driving an RV, just a safety thing, and tire safety as well. So once I'm up to 55, I'm going to turn on my cruise control and hit set, and then I can just sit back and enjoy the journey. And I get to sit back and watch this beautiful countryside. Like I said, the biggest regret most of my customers have is that they didn't do this sooner. So what are you waiting for? Come out to National Indoor RV Centers, pick up the phone, give us a call, come out for a test drive, and we are going to help you get into the coach of your dreams. So if you've watched my videos, you know that I always do the decibel reader, 77.1. So this is very comfortable. You can talk with your captain. You don't have to yell. I can even look at my cool bus driver mirror here and see all of my kiddos in the back and talk to them. So one of the things I wanted to point out when I was driving is that I mentioned it when I was outside up front, that with the steel superstructure that Winnebago built in, you have the smaller A-pillars. So if you look in this front corner, I mean, I have almost all my visibility. That's a great feature. So I'm going to pass the car in front of me. They're going like 45 and a 55, so I'm not worried about it. I feel like I've got plenty of power in this, so let's go for it. No problem, easy peasy. So it's very fun to drive. Again, we're sitting on the Freightliner chassis. Gives you a nice consistent ride. We've got the V-Ride for more stability, less sway as we're turning. You have a 55-degree wheel cut. You have all the controls right here at your fingertips, so it's really easy to drive. Don't be afraid of this. I'm telling you, Class A diesels are really fun to drive, and they're just fun to travel in. One of the things that we do at National Indoor RV Centers is we have our AIM Club, which is our all-inclusive motorhome club. We basically throw these rallies that are like cruises in your coach. Just come in your coach. We take care of the rest, the food, the fun, the entertainment. Our goal is to have customers for life, and so we get a chance to build our relationships with you there. So don't miss out on the fun. Give us a call today, and let's get you into that RV. I hope you've enjoyed my walkthrough of the 2023 Winnebago Forza 36H. Now I'm sure you're wondering how much this gorgeous coach would cost you. Well, current MSRP is $340,942. If you want to know how much I can sell it to you for, give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers or go to our website, nirvc.com. We want to make the buying process so easy. We do financing. You know, you can finance this for 20 years. We take in trades, we do consignments. We just want to make it easy and enjoyable, and this should be a fun purchase for you. And that's what National Indoor RV Centers is all about. And remember, with our volume and economies of scale, RVs simply cost less with National Indoor RV Centers. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you enjoyed it and would like to see more just like it, please hit the like and subscribe. Also check out my Winnebago factory tour video, my RVing 101 series, and my tow package video. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.